Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or hi, my name is Stacy if you're new here. So today I wanted to talk about 10 underrated beauty products. So these are going to be products that I feel like people are sleeping on, and I haven't heard basically like any YouTubers or just like anyone in general mention them. I mean, I'm sure someone has mentioned them, but it's just like generally speaking, there's like no hype around this product, and I feel like these products deserve more people to be talking about them. So I'm going to put you all on to these amazing products, and also not all of these are specifically makeup. Some of them are like beauty related products, so you'll see. Before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, because it really helps out my channel and it would really mean a lot to me. And let's just get right into the video. So first off, we have the KAJA Moon Crystal eyeshadows. They come in a little squeezy tube like this. These are called sparkling eye pigments, and they're just a super pretty glitter topper eyeshadow. I've never heard anybody talk about these. I've heard some YouTubers mention the KAJA Bento Trio eyeshadows. Those are really good as well, but I wanted to give these Moon Crystal pigments a shout out, and they're super pretty, and their formula is also really good too. So it has like a moussey gel consistency. It's very lightweight, and the best way to apply these is with your finger because it kind of spreads out the product evenly. I think if you use a brush, it can get kind of patchy. I always use my fingers and it always blends out the product perfectly for me. But what I really like about these is that first of all, they completely dry down, which is what I look for in a liquid eyeshadow, because you want it to like completely set so it won't crease, it'll last the whole day, and that's what these do. And second of all, the colors are super pretty. So they have a lot of these duochrome shifty shades as well as really pretty neutral shimmery shades, so you can really find the best of both worlds in this lineup. Also with the first layer, they go on relatively sheer. Not like there's nothing there, but they definitely go on at first more like a topper. But if you add a second layer, it becomes more metallic and more impactful. So you can kind of wear it two ways, either as a topper or by itself. I usually like to wear these as a one and done eyeshadow, just all over the lid. It's super quick and easy to get a simple but yet beautiful eye look. And I also love that these are my favorite type of shimmers, which kind of have the shine of a metallic, but they also have these micro glittery shimmers. It just gives you that crystal-like, wet looking glittery shine that I really like. The only thing is that it does set down relatively fast, so I recommend working on one eye at a time, because once it sets, it's not going anywhere and it's not going to blend out. Yeah, I find it easy to work with, it's super beautiful, and it's just a really simple way to get a beautiful eye look. Okay, so next we have the About Face Fractal Eye Paints. So this is from Halsey's brand, About Face, and you can only get these products like on their website. I saw like one person on TikTok use this, but basically these again are super amazing micro glittery shimmers. It's kind of the same idea as the KAJA Moon Crystals. It's like a liquid that also completely sits down. I would say this one has an even more whipped texture, like it's even more lightweight. These ones as well come in some crazy colors as well as some neutral colors. With the first layer, they go on like a glitter topper, but if you add more layers, they become more metallic. And actually, if you don't blend it out, it looks like metallic. But if you tap it out with your finger, which is what I like to do, it kind of reveals the micro glitters within it, and it just becomes like a super pretty wet looking glitter. It just gives your eyes such dimension. And I've gotten compliments multiple times when I'm wearing this one. Like, people have asked me what I was wearing. So yeah, obviously that says a lot. So again, nobody really talks about these or About Face in general, probably because they were more like indie celebrity brand, I guess, but these are actually worth the money, and I don't think that the About Face brand is like a cash grab, because you know how like some celebrity brands are like that. I feel like Halsey really put effort into her products, and it seems like she's really involved in the creative direction and process and everything. So yeah, I feel like this is definitely one of those celebrity brands that you should actually check out. Next up, we have this Bobbi Brown Luxe eyeshadow, specifically in the shade Moonstone. So this is again a super pretty glittery topper. I'm a glitter topper connoisseur, okay? Like basically every single type of glitter topper that you could probably think of on the market, I probably have, at least in terms of like mainstream products. I don't really have that many indie products. So this one is just a really beautiful champagne shimmery shade. It's just the perfect eye brightening shade. This one also has those micro glittery shimmers. That's my favorite type of shimmer formula, when it has those individual shimmery particles rather than like a smooth metallic. But I like it when they're like super fine and super dense. So this is one of those, and it's just a perfect everyday shade. Literally, this is perfect for any skin tone, any occasion. You can never go wrong with this Moonstone shade. So I show you applying this all over my eyelids so you can see what it looks like, but actually the main function I use this for is for my under eye bags or aegyosal and my inner corners. This is the perfect inner corner and under eye highlighting shade. It just makes your eyes look so bright and awake, and it adds the perfect amount of sparkle to make your eyes look like they're glistening. I've watched so many of those like best glitter topper videos, and this Bobbi Brown Moonstone is never mentioned, so this one definitely needed a shout out here today. Okay, moving on to the face. So first up, we have the KVD Everlasting Blush. So this is a powder blush, and it comes in this rose packaging. I'm not the biggest fan of the rose because I feel like it just looks too extra and it's not exactly my vibe, but what's inside is way more beautiful. I'm also a blush connoisseur or fanatic, whatever you want to call it. I'm always on the hunt for a powder blush that doesn't look like a powder, if that makes sense. And so for my favorite blush that acts like that is the Pat McGrath powder blush. but honestly this blush rivals the Pat McGrath one. The only reason I picked it up is because I saw it in store and just was intrigued, so then I swatched it, and it swatched so beautifully and so creamily for a powder. It was literally like petal soft. The powder was just so smooth, and I was just very taken aback like when I swatched it in store, so I immediately bought it, which I feel like is kind of hard to say for a powder blush because I used to think that all powder blushes are essentially the same. Like, what more can you do with a powder? But no, this blush is so amazing because it just doesn't sit like a powder on the cheeks. So it doesn't dry out your skin, it doesn't look cakey or add like layers to your makeup. Additionally, it still lets your skin glow shine through, so if you use more glowy base products, the glow will actually still shine through this blush, which is amazing because most powder blushes, especially after you build them up, will just become completely matte and kind of like flatten out your skin. So this is one of those amazing powder blush finds where it just acts almost like a cream, except it also has the benefits of a powder, which are that it's more long lasting and it will blur any texture or pores you might have. Also, the shades this comes in are really pretty. My favorite is Foxglove, which is the one I showed in the demo, and these blushes are refillable, so if you use it up you can just buy the refill, which is much cheaper, and these are vegan I believe because KVD is a vegan brand. So yeah, overall these blushes are a win and nobody ever talks about them. So next up we have a cream blush, which is the Stila Blush Stick. This is a super nice, easy to work with cream blush formula. It's not too greasy, so you can put this on top of powder. It won't pick up your foundation. I like to apply it not directly with the stick on my face, but rather using a brush and putting it on the stick and then applying it to my face. I think that's the best way to apply stick blushes. So the reason why I initially picked this up was because I had heard about the Stila convertible color, which is the one that comes in a pan. These I feel like are essentially the same thing, but they come in a stick format, and I prefer a stick to a pan just because I feel like it's more sanitary. These came out later than the pan, and then I never heard anybody ever talk about these. My favorite shade is Sheer Lilium, which is the one that I apply in the demo, and yeah, it just adds that subtle glow to your cheeks that you want from a cream blush. It has this nice creamy appearance, and I feel like the colors are pretty nice and muted, which is what I like in a blush. It's just a super easy, foolproof cream blush that I feel like will work for a lot of skin types, and I don't know why nobody ever talks about these. Okay, moving on to lips. So we have the Lancome L'Absolu Lacquer. I can't say it properly in French, so excuse my pronunciation. I've heard like a couple YouTubers talk about this, but I feel like it just never generally had much hype around it, and I feel like it needs more. And this is also an older product, so I feel like it's nice to revisit older products because they're still on the market and they're still good. So these used to be my holy grail lip product in like my earlier years in college because they have this super innovative formula. I kind of see this type of formula more in KVD brands, but basically it's a lip lacquer. So it's kind of like a gloss, but it has both a setting and a staining quality to it. So it stays on your lips and it barely has any transfer. Basically what comes off is like some of the shine, but almost all of the color remains on your lips. I don't know what they put in this, but basically it's all the benefits of a gloss, which are the more high shine, hydrating finish, minus all the cons of a gloss, which are that they transfer super easily and get onto everything. And also these are not sticky whatsoever. However, you kind of have to let them set for about a minute or so, I would say, because when you first apply them, they do have a tiny bit of tackiness to them. Then once they set, it's as if this lacquer-like coat kind of develops on top of the lips, and it becomes super smooth and not sticky whatsoever. Like, you can smack your lips and they won't stick together at all, and you won't feel any tackiness. Okay, the other thing is that they do darken a little bit, so again, you have to wait for the setting period to see the true color. So I would say just don't apply too much at once because the initial color is a little bit different than the color like a minute or two in. But yeah, I just really like these because they're a super innovative formula, and they come in both nude and bright shades. I really like the nudes for every day, and those are the ones that I gravitated towards when I was wearing these like every single day. But I also think that the bright shades are really nice because they have that setting quality to them. They're not going to transfer so much, which is kind of what you want when you have like a brighter looking lipstick color. I feel like these brighter colors are really perfect for the upcoming spring and summer season. They just really brighten your face and look so vibrant and full of life. The other thing I like about these is that they kind of look different depending on how many layers you put. So if you put one thin layer, it starts off sheer, and you can build multiple layers up to full opacity. So yeah, this Lancome L'Absolu Lacquer is just a really amazing, innovative formula, and I feel like there's nothing else on the Western market like this. Like, there are definitely no dupes for this. So yeah, I feel like this deserves more hype. Okay, next up, this is probably the most popular item that I'm going to talk about. And by that, I mean, I've heard a few people talk about it here and there, but I feel like it's never really had any hype around it, and I need more people to know about this lip product, which is the MAC Powder Kiss lipstick. So if you've been watching my channel, you know that I've mentioned this lipstick multiple times already, but I think it's the perfect soft matte lipstick formula. This is definitely very KVD inspired. It's also very silicone heavy, so when you put it on your lips, it glides on super smoothly, and it almost has like a hydrating quality to it, even though it's like a completely matte lipstick. So the finish is very velvety smooth, and I also really like that it blurs your lips. Like, it fills in all your lip lines, and it's really easy to get like a gradient lip or that blurred out over overlined lip, which just makes your lips look super soft and full. And the other thing about these is that I would say they're kind of medium coverage. So they start off relatively sheer, and with a couple more layers, you can build them to full opacity. So I like that about these because generally speaking, I prefer a more sheared out lip application. So with these, it kind of just does the work for me. And the same with the blurring quality to this. It just really helps give you that diffused lip look. You don't have to put in as much effort with this compared to like a regular lipstick to get that. Yeah, also this formula is super thin on the lips. So it's a really nice formula to layer stuff with because I tend to like to mix and match different lip combinations. So I prefer products that have like a thinner consistency, at least for the like base lip product, because there's also a liquid version of these, the Powder Kiss liquid lipsticks, and those apply much thicker on the lips. So obviously you can shear them out with your finger, but I just don't like that they kind of apply more heavily and thickly on the lips than this one. That's why I recommend the bullet over the liquid. This is definitely one of my holy grail lipsticks, and I feel like it definitely deserved way more hype than it got, like when it launched and just in general. Next up, I have 3 beauty products. So they're not going to be makeup products, but they're beauty related things. So first off, we have these hair volume rollers. I'll leave a link down in the description below if you want to get these exact ones, but there's like a bunch of different types on Amazon. But basically the purpose of these is to give your hair some volume at the root near where your hair part is. So for me, since I have naturally straight hair and my hair is very thick and heavy at the bottom, like I usually have to get the bottom of my hair thinned out, I feel like it causes my hair to go flat. Like if I don't do anything to it, it definitely like sticks to the top of my head, which isn't always the cutest look. And the other thing is that I'm relatively low maintenance when it comes to my hair. Like I don't like to put too much product, like hairspray. I don't like to do that much to it. So I feel like this is the solution if you're like me and you're just really low maintenance about your hair and you don't like putting that much product or stuff in it to like give it volume. It's probably going to be the easiest way to get it quickly. So you just apply it near your hair part, as you can see here. You want to make sure that the curve of the roller is aligned properly so that it gives you that perfect kind of volume bump at the top. And I'll usually do this at the beginning of applying makeup, so you can leave it in there for like however long you do your makeup. For me, it usually takes like an hour depending on how much makeup I'm putting on. So then by the time your makeup is done, you can just take the hair roller out and it will have given you some volume to your hair. Now you can like hairspray this if you want it to like last the whole day. As I said earlier, I don't really like using hairspray because I don't like how like crunchy and stiff it makes my hair. So I don't hairspray it, but I feel like it just gives that extra oomph that my hair needs. And the result is pretty subtle, but I would say that it definitely does make a difference because at least my hair is not like sticking straight to my head. And it's super easy and quick to use, especially for someone who doesn't like putting that much effort into their hair. So next up we have the LANCOME BI-FACIL Double Action Eye Makeup Remover. I have the mega bottle like this, so it's like the size of my head. Hopefully you can see in the bottle, but basically there's an oil layer as well as a watery layer. So I guess this is kind of like a micellar water in that sense. And you're supposed to shake it up before you use it so it becomes all bubbly like this and the layers mix. This product is my holy grail eye makeup remover. Okay, this is the only eye makeup remover I use. This is the only eye makeup remover I will be using, because if you watch my channel, you know that I strictly use waterproof mascara because my stick straight Asian lashes will not hold a curl with any other type of mascara. Now, the biggest downside of waterproof mascara, as everyone knows, is that waterproof mascara is super hard to remove because that's the whole point. I've used a bunch of different micellar waters. No other micellar water or eye makeup remover I've used has ever come close to this one. This Lancome one just melts your mascara completely off, and it just makes removing your eye makeup so much easier. So the way I like to use this is with cotton pads. So you just pour some onto the cotton pad and then you place it on your eye, and you want to kind of like leave it on your eyeball for maybe like 30 seconds to let the makeup remover kind of like soak your eyelashes and start to break it down. It makes it easier this way, and you'll have to like rub your eye less if you let it like soak first. And then after that, I start brushing my eyelashes up with the cotton pad, kind of like how you would with mascara. So I actually go under the eyelash instead of on top, because that's where you apply the mascara. You apply it on the bottom, so I start removing from the bottom because that's where most of the mascara is going to be. I feel like this is a more effective way of removing it. And then I kind of just wiggle along the lashes really gently. I try not to touch my eyelid that much because you don't want to like rub your eyelid. So the like rubbing and wiggling that you're seeing is actually only touching my eyelashes. It's not really touching my eyelid that much. So usually I'll have to do this a couple times for each eye. This is still the most painless and easy eye makeup remover I've ever used, because all the other ones I use, they still leave a residue on your eyelashes from like unremovable mascara. But with the Lancome one, it completely takes off all of the waterproof mascara. With this holy grail eye makeup remover, I've never had an issue removing mascara, and that's why I'm not afraid of of like waterproof mascaras or any like difficult to remove makeup because this one just melts it right off. And my last product here today is my Shiseido mini lash curler. Everyone knows regular eyelash curlers. I've rarely seen anyone talk about these mini lash curlers, which I feel like are almost more useful than the bigger ones. So the thing is, I will usually use both in conjunction because the bigger one just curls your lashes faster since it is bigger, so it's gonna curl more of them at once. So I use the big one first just to get like a base curl, but the biggest problem with the big one is that it curls my lashes unevenly. I think because it doesn't fit my eye shape perfectly. But I would assume that the eyelash curler wouldn't fit most people's eye shapes perfectly because every person has like a different eye shape and there's no way that like everyone can use the same eyelash curler and have it fit perfectly. That's where the mini one comes in because then I go in and just curl any of the parts that just like didn't curl as much, specifically in the inner and outer corners. And yeah, I just go in there and make every lash curl exactly the same, and it just makes them all look super uniform and perfect. So I really like that because I'm definitely a perfectionist when it comes to my makeup. Small inconsistencies like unevenly curled eyelashes bother me. I think that's my Virgo moon coming out. But yeah, if you're like me and you have like perfectionistic tendencies, you definitely want this mini eyelash curler because it's just gonna get every single lash. If you've been on my channel, you've heard me talking about this. I feel like everyone needs this, and yeah, it deserves way more hype. So as always, I'll link all the products I talked about today down below in the description box, so if you want to go and check out my links down there. And that's about it for today, so don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like this video, and comment and subscribe down below if you want to see more content like this because it really helps out my channel, and hit that notification bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. I hope today's video was helpful for you guys, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!